너만의 chef 이건 너를 위한 play yeah 내가 맛보여줄게
시간을 충분해 지금 우리 눈치도 보지마 그저 taste it
비법은 색다른 spicy 살짝만 스쳐도 정신없지
설탕이 발린 맛은 이내 질리기 쉬워 뜨거운 나의 feeling 지금 느껴지 넌 너와 내 사이 선명히 보인 커져만 가는 열기 난 호감을 깨워 네 맘을 깨워 터질 것만 같은 my skin Girl on my dish 없을 테니까
Yeah 넌 자극적인 내 감각
What you like what you
가능하게 네 감당도
Yeah yeah 버티턱이 없잖아 나 긴장을 더 풀고서 나 분 앞에 뛰 now That's right 주체 못해 자꾸 빠져드는 말이 Cause you can't stop 난 끝까지 깨져
찾게 될 걸 everyday And every night 중독돼 이미 넌네 맘을 더 섞어 넌 이제 남김없이 계속 원하게 돼
어지른 머리 네가 somebody 이끌려 내게 이미 자극적인 매 순간들이 강렬해 what we gon' need
Go in my dish
I'm the one What you want, what you want, what you want 아야
Got it in my dish
I'm the one What you want, what you want, what you want 아야
Got it
Hot sauce keep it deep 날 따라 twist Hot sauce 떠오를 때 입맛대로 골라 my dish
너를 삼켜버린 feeling 사로잡은 이런 그림 뗄 수가 없잖아 좀 더 깊이 빠져들 때 원해 받아 baby 얼마든지 더 바래 baby 너의 혀끝 위로 아는 노래 완벽해진 맛을 즐겨 You want it babe
Hey you want
나만의 chef
Someone like you 이 세상 단 하나 서로를 길들여진 너와 난
도망치고 싶다 나에게 내일 또 만나 말해주던 날 반짝임에 현혹된 네 손을 다 놓친 채 한참을 헤맨 뒤에 깨닫게 돼 우리 너의 한마디 나는 믿어 we are meant to be 늦어져도 돼 나는 여기 내일에서 기다릴 테니 There'll be no more sorrow I see you there tomorrow There'll be no more sorrow I see you there tomorrow There'll be no more sorrow I see you there tomorrow There'll be no more sorrow I see you there tomorrow There'll be no more sorrow I see you there tomorrow yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello.
내 promise 반드시 널 알아볼 테니
Let me turn this down. Maybe not all of it. Still figuring things out. I'm trying to see what it all looks like, because this will be my first time streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Also today, for the first time as well, we have a noodles cam. So basically, in case for those who didn't know, we have a dog that lives in this household. The dog that lives in this house, his name is Noodles. He gives us problems sometimes, you know, but he's a good dog and has never done anything wrong to us. So just wanted to give him a little bit of dedication. I'm looking after him today because, well, technically, so it's an apartment and my roommate has a dog, and the dog belongs to him, but it's not like I don't care about the dog, if that makes sense, right? We're vibing. If the dog's vibing, I'm vibing too. Right? So like on days like today, I'll take care of him, and then we see what happens going forward, you know? But that's how it is. He's with me today, and he's got his own little dedicated camera, probably around here on the screen. So let me know if... I wish we had a dedicated, what do you call it? Like dog microphone, so you can hear him dreaming as I'm currently speaking, because that's what he is doing. So also let me know if the audio for the music is too loud. Just let me know and I'll turn that down. All right, we will be probably playing FIFA just because it is weekend league. Sadly, that's something that I still do, you know. I like, what do you call it, I like FIFA as a game I'm going to play. I'm going to continue playing it for a very long time, even though not many people like that game. But it is what it is, all right? It is what it is. Let me just change the song. Like that one. Always like that song. Never an issue with that one. Just need to check Twitch because I have a live YouTube feed and I have a live Twitch feed. I just want to make sure that they're not suffering, you know, if that makes sense. Am I live? I am live. Oh my gosh, I'm live on both. Okay. That's pretty cool. If you could see my setup right now is a little wild. I'll tell you what. I'll take a photo and I will post what it looks like when I'm streaming. It looks it's something. I'll tell you what. Excuse my dirty setup. Excuse me. I will catch up to myself eventually. I'm also fresh out the shower. This is what it will look like when we are gaming. Noodles Cam will be in the top right hand side this time, which is sad. I've just realized that my camera is flipped when I'm streaming, so you don't actually see what I see, because I see something that's a little bit different, right? It's a little complicated, I guess. Well, when we're in the early stages of gameplay, I kind of try to figure it out a little bit, but it's always like a scenario of trying to set up everything first, make sure everything works, make sure we're all kind of on the same page, and then getting into it, because I don't want to get to a point where anybody feels a little bit left behind, if that makes sense, right? One thing I have noticed is that YouTube is just slightly behind Twitch, so if I'm reacting to the chats a little bit differently, bear with me, all right? Another point, the music will turn off as well, because you know we don't want the whole thing to get copyright strike, and it does happen. I think I've had one video, and I've only been streaming what, 3 months. I think I've had one video taken down already, so we'll figure that out. I should really install YouTube Music on my desktop. I go to the tab every single time. I wonder if turning YouTube tracks like on is a problem. Not YouTube tracks, EA tracks, because EA has some fire beats, but I know that they're not DMCA. So because I've seen Nepenthes have to turn his off. I've definitely seen that happen before. Something that's worth exploring, if that makes sense. That's Twitch. Can I post more than on Instagram? You can't post more than one link. I'm trying to see if it's the same on WhatsApp, which is not something that I expected to be a problem. But hey, where's my clipboard at? Okay, there you go. "350 characters or 5 lines." My fault. Okay, so it is possible on thingy on WhatsApp statuses, which is good, which is a good thing. It means I should not struggle. But the Twitch one does get blown out a little bit more. So if people see that one, then that's the one that they see, you know. But right now, my stuff, I don't want to say that my how do I explain it? I don't want to say, oh, my WhatsApp read tweets are off. What's on the other cam? That's Noodles cam. I should really put some text over there. That's Noodles. He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. But it's Noodles. Noodles is I don't want to call him the family dog. He's the house dog. That's our pet. That's our boy. Gives me some problems sometimes, but he's always loved, if that makes sense. He's sleeping. In case he moves, that's why the camera is there. Some people wanted a dedicated Noodles cam. That's why the Noodles cam has been put into effect. You feel me? So for those who wanted it, your wish has been granted, all right? See how this goes from now on with the Noodles cam. But when gaming, the Noodles cam will be diminished. He'll be hidden. I should let me. How do I insert text? A spin cam. If I had some spin on standby, 100%, it would go crazy. I just want to put text, right? Select font. Noodles cam. Okay, let me make that significantly smaller. Okay. Better? Oh, I get the joke now. Oh my gosh, I should have been more. I should have paid way more attention. Noodles is spin. For those who don't know what spin is like a thing that we did at KA, where you'd mix like a bunch of different ingredients, and it would be. I'm gonna call it like the greatest meal ever, but it is what it is, right? But in high school, you couldn't go wrong with that. That was like probably, maybe even some of the most anticipated stuff of the week, right? Let me add the text to this slide. Let's see. existing, boom, boom, and then boom, noodle scan. Okay, so I'll fix both. Should be all good. Cool. I was just testing. Good to test. Welcome to the chat, by the way. For those who have already been used to the channel and stuff like that, it's always good to have you. It's always good to have anybody watching. I appreciate it if anybody's watching. I do understand that we don't have all the hours in the day to be watching all the time, but you are always welcome to the chat. Okay. All right. We were crafting Casillas, not Casillas. What was I saying? Kaka. But I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of him before the weekend league. I do want to play with him though, so like I do want to make some effort to try and craft him as it currently stands, if that makes sense. So just in the meantime, bear with me for a second. I wish I could do the thing where I switched off all the players and currently in my team, but hey, that's kind of just how it is. Put that hurricane in there again. Also, if you're watching and you're new, two YouTube videos over the last 2 days. We're going on a roll as it currently stands. We're looking to. I don't want to promise this because I don't think I'll be able to achieve it. But I'm looking to try and average at least 2 to 3 per week. I think I have the time to be able to do 2 to 3 per week, but I also need to be able to do the things for those 2 to 3 to come out. So, for example, probably 1 playthrough per week. 1 separate video per week, and then some variety stuff, right? And hopefully, look, I know I don't stream a lot. I probably don't stream enough even to be able to call myself a streamer, you know? I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely like the best streamer on the planet, if that makes sense, right? But I know it's not true. Right? But like all I mean is I'm trying to get back to some consistency. And this is what I do on my Saturdays. You feel me? I've figured it out with the lighting, with the cameras a little bit better. I'm a little bit more up to date with this, with I guess what people want. Don't get me wrong. Some people are already playing FC25, right? They really are, right? I am not. I'm not big enough whatsoever to claim that that's how I'm progressing through things right now. But eventually, I'd like to be there, if that makes sense. I don't know how long I'll be streaming, but if I do FIFA for the next 2 hours, there is a Valorant Champions tournament at 6 o'clock that I'd like to watch. I'm gonna watch it anyways, but it does depend on what I'm doing later this evening. I do have a scheduled phone call and I do have people to meet, so there's also that. Anybody who's just joining the chat, you're always welcome. Today we have a dedicated Noodles cam. Noodles is asleep. I do expect him to wake up later, but he is asleep. If you'd like to have more Noodles cam in the future, tell Daymar to leave him with me more. And we will do that for you, all right? I don't know if Yim Yams is still here, but there's a high likelihood that that's my childhood best friend. I grew up with him. He was my neighbor. I've known him my whole life. If I were to guess as to who that is. Oh, you're still here. Great. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Yeah, that's my childhood best friend. I don't know when we met. When was I like? She was defo primary school, but it was like 6, 5, 6, 7. Around there? And Yim Yams, if you're wondering who Dr. Moo Milk is, they are my friends here. It was like 6 or 7, right? Yeah, they're my friends here. I lived with them for like pretty much 3 years. The whole of COVID and most of COVID and my first year. 2 years, and then I've been freeloading in and around their house for the last year and a half because I have a key and I just let myself in whenever I feel like it. You're like, what the? Like, I pay my keep, all right? There's limits to what I can and cannot do. Let's play some games because I don't think I'll be able to do all of Kaka, all right? I think I can get to about. I think I can do these next two, and then I'll be stuck for these two. Or I'll be pushing it for those two. So I'll play a game or two and then see what happens. Also, if you haven't seen already, I got two YouTube videos live. One was a playthrough of Ratchet and Clank, or at least part 1 of the playthrough of Ratchet and Clank. The second video was a review of Deadpool and Wolverine. If you've already seen it, go and watch the review. It's just my thoughts on the movie and what I think is going to happen to the MCU going forward. However, if you haven't watched it, there are spoilers. Most of the spoilers come in the second part, so if you still want to see it, watch the first part and then skip out on the second part, if that makes sense. If there's anything else that anybody wants me to review, if they have any questions about what they want to see on the channel, let me know, please, because I'm still... I don't want to say scrounging for ideas, but I'm early, right? This is early stages. We're gonna average about 5 views on a video for a very long time, all right? And I'm perfectly fine with that. But I want to see how things are in regards to what I can and cannot do. And number one thing that I was trying to do is trying to get some streams on YouTube to the people, because a lot of people had been letting me know that it's a little bit harder to get onto Twitch. So that's what all I was trying to do is just make it a little bit easier for people to access, if that makes sense. But let's see what happened. Okay, what a kick clash, by the way. Is this guy even playing? They are playing. Oh my gosh. You should not just be able to run past her, man. Okay. That was probably going to be my only chance the whole game to score, and I've lost it already. Just like that. See what I mean? See what this game is? I don't get it. We'll see. If they score a second goal, I'm defo quitting. But I can tell you now, I have been terrible on PS5. It's been probably the worst FIFA experience that I've experienced, and I understand why people were raving about how much they hate this game. But it's not because I'm bad at the game per se. I'm bad. I've always been like bad at the game, but like like the experience is significantly slower. The game is significantly slower. You have to feel like when you're playing, you feel like you have to be more professional to be able to play, and which is like exclusive, which I don't like. Yeah, don't move the keeper too much, bro. You gotta lift heavy things in a small room. What are you? Oh, you're going to the gym. You have fun. I might be here when you're back. Well, here I was saying, he's a gym guy. If you got a question mark, he's a gym guy. He needs to gym. I'm not a gym guy. Every single one of my friends seem to be gym people except me. Oh, okay. I thought I probably did too much there. He didn't move the keeper. I thought he moved the keeper. Oh, we get it back. Why did I take the shot there? We'll see you later. Thank you very much for joining the chat. All right. Enjoy your lifting time. Thank goodness. I was hoping he actually got that. And he gets that pass through? That doesn't make any sense. Come on, come on. Come on, Van Persie. No. Not where I was passing it at all. See what this game is? This game is not normal. And yet, we score goals. If anybody has any song requests, let a brother know as well. We're quite early into the stream, and therefore I'm still quite calm as it currently stands. Right? As we progress through the stream, and I start to hate this game more and more, that's when I personally believe that my brain will go crazy. He's making it easy though. He's making it easy. I don't get this guy. This guy at the beginning of the game was showing me flames. But he falls for kind of all the small tricks in the book. At least in the FIFA book. If FIFA made a book. Like, don't get me wrong, I do too, but like we're playing each other. He's made no adjustments. You gotta make adjustments when you play this game. Doesn't mean that all adjustments will work, but like if you do the same thing every single time, you can't expect good results, right? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the censored version of this song. 7 days a week. Please, Joe, please. Hat. Okay, okay, probably should have made that pass significantly earlier, but we move, you know? Just like that. Oh, maybe not like that. Everybody using these free players like they're the best players in the game. I really don't get it. You gotta strive to get the players you work for, if that makes sense. Because if you use the free players, like for example, his left back is Yadogi, right? That's literally the player's name. If you're if you don't know football, it sounds, it doesn't sound real. And I almost did it again. By the way, we will change games at some point in time. We'll probably switch to Valorant, but for these next 2 hours, we playing FIFA. Oh, dope. Open up. Oh, Noodles. Hello there, Noodles. Noodles is moving. Now you can see him in the background if you didn't realize what Noodles cam is for. I should give oh, he quit. I should give a dedicated, like I should have a whole different scene, right? It's called Noodles cam. 1 second. Let me make this for you. It's a whole scene though. The scene is Noodles. Where Noodles is the priority, I just need to add sources, right? Noodles cam, boom. And then you make him significantly larger, right? This is our dedicated Noodles cam. Then you add me, right? Even though people don't like my face. 1 second. Let me. I'm trying to make this work. He's sleeping. That's just how greyhounds sleep. Greyhounds just be like that for real. That's the way that he decided to turn his body, bro. I can't really. Noodles? See? He's fine. He's fine. It's a dog. Why are you roasting the dog? I know, Noodles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Noodles. This is Chris's fault. Oh, my fault. Go back to sleep, Noodles. I know what I said. I know what I did wrong. Oh, you're lucky. Usually you get, that word gets removed. It's not on the removed list. Nice. It's cold. It's really cold. My heater isn't on in here because it gets really hot while streaming. So he was also outside, and if he goes outside, it gets really cold. And just because it's good because greyhounds like thin, right? So like in general, like they don't have much meat to like keep them warm. So the blanket is kind of just to help that case. Inside, it's a little warmer than outside because he needs to go outside to use the bathroom. You feel me? So he just came from the outside, and sorry, yeah, but that's why he's wearing the blanket. You can, I don't know, you're still on Twitch, right? You're using Twitch, right? YouTube, I didn't input a list. I have no list on YouTube. So I don't think if you said anything, I don't think anything would go wrong for YouTube. But for Twitch, there's still some words that are on the list. Oh, I forgot. I'm playing a game. I won the first one out of pure dumb luck. Don't expect me to win the games like I did, bro. I've been losing like crazy. Like it is my specialty right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, why'd you curve your run so inside? You need to do like does that? I'm gonna say a flip around where you start running inside, but then you change the direction in which you're running so that they can't anticipate where you're going. Like I guess like that, and then like boom, and then boom. Oh, that pass should go through every time, bro. This game's passing system, oh my days, please fix it. Even the, what do you call it, the running system, you run directly into a brick wall and there's nothing that will stop you from doing it. Like you want to change directions at the last moment, you didn't put that. No matter what you do, you did not input that whatever you wanted fast enough. It's not possible. I say this because I know that it's not just the game that's broken, it's me that's broken. Look at that, bro. Bro just ran around me. I'm playing games here. Boom. Oh my, what? Does he not have outside the boot? Outside the boot. The luck in this game is crazy. Oh. I can't pass. Welcome to the worst gameplay on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. We're two players who don't know how to play the game. Both of us. Look. Look at this. It's brilliant. Thank you. Why are you tackling me? Please. Oh my days. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. I should have passed it 2 seconds before and it was a goal. Why didn't you shoot? I pressed the button. Oh my days. Okay. If it didn't let me switch there, I think I would have quit today immediately. I went straight to Valorant, knowing that I haven't updated. What? Okay. No, no, bro. I didn't press that button, bro. Say what you want. I did not press that button. That's wild, bro. That's wild for this game to assume that's what I was trying to do. That's crazy. It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay, guys. We'll recover from this. We always do. We always do. I don't get it. Sure. We'll take those. We'll take those any day of the week. Any day of the week. What, bro? They both were halftime at the worst times. See, this is where I kind of feel bad for Noodles because like he's trying to get a good night's sleep. You see, and I'm out here screaming. Wakes him up every single time. Well, not every time, but like a decent enough amount of times. Oh. No! What? Oh! Thank you. Is there anybody in the chat? I got a question. I got a question to ask you. Just because there was some drama that came out like a day or two ago. Nothing to do with me, I promise. Right? I got a question. If you're in the chat, just let me know. I don't want to do this and then talk to myself, which happens often, right? But I've watched every major event, I should say, and some very niche events. Okay, so you are in the chat. So here's my when I say niche, like I will watch all the major events, like all the major swimming events, all the major athletics events, and then just watch, like spend hours watching archery, table tennis, and like handball and volleyball. Don't get me wrong, I love me some volleyball. Really sad that Japan went out because Japan is like my second team, but France is my first team, and they are in the final. I don't know if the final has happened yet. If the final's happened yet, then final might be happening right now as we speak. Oh, I saw that trending. How do I explain the move that she did, where she folded herself in half on the ground, right? Right? You saw what I'm talking about, right? Guys, let's not forget, this lady was in the gold medals, right? Meaning she was doing something, right, to get there. Like she wasn't just like like she can't just be like, look, that routine it's like, it's that one scene that says what made you decide to go with that line, you know? It just, that routine was not it. Rigged for who? For Japan? Didn't Japan win? That, to me, I was just, when I saw that, I feel bad for the lady because, again, she's in the Olympics. She didn't get into the final for nothing, right? So like she was clearly like on fire the whole way until just that specific point in time, right? What, you think you could do it? Right? Like do you, like, I get that they practice, and this is the Olympics, right? These are Olympians, right? So they have like routines that they have set out. So like probably in their head, or at least at the point in time of thinking, that was the routine. That was the one that was gonna get her the gold medal. That's what she was thinking. You get what I'm saying? That like she planned that out. She was in her room last night like this is the one. You get what I mean? Right? And I don't know. Here's the problem: is we're seeing the videos. We don't know the scores. What if she scored like a really high score? The other person just scored higher. Like, we're out here hating for absolutely no reason whatsoever. She could have been like 1 point off. No one knows. Well, not you can Google it and then you find out. But like, I'll do that after. You know what? I'll Google the scores after. We'll see how close she was to winning. Because it would be hilarious to find out that she was like actually like within 0.1 of a point of like the gold medal. Again, this is just one of those scenarios where haters are gonna hate. Right? There's nothing this lady can do to stop that from not being on the internet now, right? And at the end of the day, the problem is it's kind of like created this discussion for what should be and what shouldn't be an Olympic sport. And that's the part that like makes it, I guess, complicated, because yeah, because so you gotta do that sometimes. You gotta like say like you know, you gotta like make the opponent feel like they're inferior, and maybe that's what she thought would do it, you know. You watched the whole routine? Bang, bang. That was like her saying, "Oh yeah, who's her? Suck it." Okay. So here's my question for you. This is what I was saying. I was watching some internet drama, and I just wanted somebody else's perspective on the whole thing. Right now, I think a couple of days ago. So I watch a lot of Among Us, right? And it just so happened that a lot of the people who I used to watch Among Us don't play it as much anymore. So I just started watching their other content, which is kind of normal for how YouTube is supposed to work. You know, if you like the person, you watch their other content. So there's this YouTuber, right? Her name is Foosley. Thank God for the ball. No, not the boxer, right? Her name's Foosley, right? And she's been on YouTube for a very long time, right? She's been through her fair share of dramas, but in like 2021, basically, in 2021, she was engaged to somebody. She had cold feet and called off the engagement, right? We take those wins whenever we can, right? She called off the engagement. Now, everybody was like, yeah, true, fair. If you're gonna get married, you got to be 100% sure of it, right? So like, if you call it off, you call it off, right? Everybody was like supporting her and whatever, right? 3 years later, we find out that like a couple months, maybe like a month, maybe 2 months after she called off her engagement, she was involved with a married person, right? So like, they were like at a festival, and at the festival it was like a scenario of there was this married person, I think he's a DJ, right, who was in kind of like a failing marriage, right? Like his intention was to break up with his partner. They hadn't broken up yet though. That's kind of the problem, right? So like the intention was that he was going to break up with his partner. They were at this festival. They were like having conversations about their feelings, and they happened to get together, right? Now, this is where I sometimes don't like the internet, right? Because the internet will use any and every excuse to tear somebody apart. Now, the problem really isn't that it happened. The problem is that it happened 1 month after the wedding, but she waited 3 years to tell us. Ethan? No, it's nobody from the side. Do you know, it's if you just Google Foosley drama, you'll see it. Or if you just YouTube it, it'll pop up almost like immediately, right? But like basically the way that they were, it was just gonna be, here's the thing, it was just gonna be a secret. It was gonna stay a secret. Nobody was going to know. But not yesterday, or the day before yesterday, there was a guy who was like being accused of something. So he started outing all these people with secrets, right? Like revenge for some reason. she got involved in it, and that's where the things get a little bit complicated because like it got outed on the internet, but like she wasn't saying anything about it, so it was like, oh, okay, now are you a homewrecker? Have you always been a homewrecker? Were you a homewrecker 3 years ago and now we don't care about it? But the reason it's become kind of like even more of a drama is somebody in their friend group cheated. You Googled it. Somebody in their friend group cheated, and they like removed her from the friend group. They made her move out the house, and they didn't like her. Like they were talking about her on the internet like she was like God's worst enemy, right? Like it was bad, right? But now that it's come out that somebody who's in more of like the core friend, like somebody who they know a little bit more cheated, it's like, oh, you gotta be understanding. She was going through a breakup. He kind of like convinced her to do it. She wasn't really the one who convinced him. Yes, they did eventually get. You get what? Yeah, you get what I mean, right? It was also my whole thing about it. Was like, bro, cheating is cheating, bro. I don't care who it is. I don't care how involved you are, right? And I don't want to be like a hater either, but don't do that, right? Like it's a scenario of being apologist. I don't want to be an apologist for anybody, right? Like if you're gonna go out and have fun, go out and there's 80 other single people in the room and you pick the one person who's in the relationship. That's when it's like, okay, that's weird, right? Don't get me wrong, she didn't cheat on her partner, but she was a part of a reason as to why a marriage broke up, right? But the part that's mad is that they haven't talked about it for 3 years. They didn't say nothing for 3 years. The story was going to stay hidden if that person did out them, right? And that's why everybody's like, yeah, she a runner, she a track star, right? And I was just like, so I watched the whole thing just because like these are, like I know the people. If you know Valkyrie, right? Valkyrie came out and like defended a little bit of the scenario. She said it was fucked up, right? But she also kind of defended the scenario and said, hey guys, you gotta understand, like, you know, like in a time where, when you're feeling like a little low, I think these things can happen. I was like, right? Right? But like, I don't like, the part I really don't like is the double standards, right? But like the part that I'm like, okay, what's the limit on how much you can forgive a friend, right? Because at the end of the day, apparently it is like those people who are going to get a divorce. The guy, like, don't get me wrong. In the scenario, we hate the guy more, right? Because he was in the relationship. He did cheat on his partner, right? And he did keep it hidden, right? But the problem also, this is some extra drama, right? There's like people are making like links and correlations to tweets and stuff that were happening in those times, right? Where like they were, and like 3 years ago, the things that they were tweeting about and talking about and walking and saying on stream. There was a video that she put out talking about the guy saying that, oh, after the festival, they walked for so long that they couldn't walk, like they couldn't stand anymore the next day, right? This was the day after people have realized that, oh, that was probably the day that she cheated, right? I'm like, that's a wild thing to like joke about and laugh about on the internet, because like that's like, I find it crazy that anybody can get away with something similar to this, like, you know, in this scenario, the guy is also being torn apart, but he kind of deserves a little bit more. He did cheat on his wife and partner of like a couple years, right? That's a little bit crazier. But like, it's the girl like being on social media saying, oh yeah, oh, the next day I couldn't walk and like it was a great experience, it was fun, but like, you know, I wouldn't do it again. And then like there was like a tweet that the guy put out that day, just like he just put out like a random tweet. People just thought it was random, and he was just kind of like saying, oh, to all the people who support me, I love you. If you haven't fallen asleep yet, good night, I love you, right? And people just thought like it was just like a normal tweet, but she was like in the comments of that tweet, like saying ooh woo and stuff like that, and people are like bro, you couldn't have been Like we can't believe that we didn't catch you 3 years ago, right? Like now that we've seen everything, like and all the evidence and stuff like that, we can't believe that we continued to support you that long, right? It's just the whole situation's bad. It's funny to me though. It's funny to me because like I'm not involved and like I'm just like analyzing the way people act in these scenarios, right? This is where like I don't know what the limits are for humans. Infidelity is like it's too easy nowadays. It really is, but like it's weird how people act like, oh, vulnerability is a good enough excuse to, I don't want to say get away with it, but like that's kind of how we're treating it, right? Is that, oh, she's probably gonna get a slap on the wrist. Everybody, all of her followers will still continue to follow her. I believe that. She's like a big streamer in the you know GTA like roleplay like server thing. Like she's big in that. So like she can always just come back to that. I mean, if you don't know Mizkif was like involved in like a scandal where they say one of their friends got drugged and they tried to cover it up, right? Drugged and SA'd, right? And they tried to cover it up. That's like the story. I don't know if that story is true, but like even that guy came back from that. Like to me, that's crazy. That guy came back from that. He took a hiatus from whatever company he was in. He came back from that, and he's still probably the second biggest streamer in the world. Right? To me, that's crazy. It's a hard thing. It's a hard world, the one that we live in, if that makes sense. Right? I don't know, bro. I don't understand how people can do what they do. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Any support is significantly appreciated. All right. Go. Oh. Please. Okay. And that's where I think I'm just going online, right? Like, I don't know what skeletons are in my closet that people would like have a problem with if anything about me ever came out, right? But like I always have this this thing of like, oh, when you're online, right? What is with just going out and having like extremely suspect behavior the second you go online? It's so confusing to me, right? Like in 2024 alone, right? And I don't know also, why does everybody in the online community hate each other? Right? In 2024 alone, you have the basically, I don't want to call it the downfall of Mr. Beast, but that's what it seems like. That's how they're trying to frame it, even though Mr. Beast is kind of not even really involved in the scandals, right? But like there's like a video that's gone like super viral. I think it has 10 million views now, right? About like the working conditions underneath Mr. Beast, or even just the, what do you call it? I can't score, man. Or even just the things surrounding him. Like number one, if you don't know Ava Chris Tyson was number one. She used to be a dude, transitioned to a female. Was a big part of the reason Mr. Beast was famous in the first place. Like he was like active in a majority of the things that they did. Like he was a big part of all of the early challenges, right? Sorry, I should say she, but like it was more he when he was involved, right? But she recently got involved in allegations that she was groomer, predator, or something like that, talking to minors. And I'm like, that's always the thing. That's always the thing with people on the internet. It's like, is it that hard to stay away? Like you see a minor in your direction, just look over there. Look, it's the police in the distance coming to arrest you for all the future transgressions of the stupid stuff that you've done. Right? I don't get how it's so hard to kind of like understand that, hey, maybe don't do that. right? Maybe it would be a good idea for you to save yourself and probably talk to the other people who are probably interested in you because you're an online personality anyways, right? You would think you would think that it should be that easy. But no, people can't resist themselves and their, I guess, icky behavior. Not how I expected to start the stream, but it's just the stuff that I saw online today, and I was like, I don't understand people. I thought I did. I thought I studied to try and help myself understand people. It did not work. I have a long way to go before I figure them out. Oh. Do it. Oh my god. Never let you go. Oh. Please. He's just gonna run in a circle around me, or he's gonna flick it up in the air and just cross it to the other side of the map. Kind of what I expected, but in a different way. I didn't pass it to that guy. That's GG's. That's the number one thing nowadays. We're not putting in too much effort in the games that are losing. All right, we start losing, we quit. Or should I go back to Noodles Camp? Noodles isn't doing too much right now, so we don't need to go back to Noodles Camp. And what do you mean by a naughty nickname? It's a dog. Let me clarify that. It is a dog. But like, is it for... What do you call your pets if they do something bad? I've never had a different name for if they do something bad. I thought it's tone of voice that they respond to a lot more. I didn't know that. That's new info to me. Fat face. But he's not fat. He's literally the thinnest dog on the planet. I've never seen a thinner dog. Fatty Flower? Are you just talking about names that you use to talk crap the dog, the cats, when they're just like to other people? Aqua, ladies and gentlemen. What would be a dumb name? What would be a way to make a name for noodles? That's what I'm trying to think about. Noodles. Nude. Prince Topher. Prince Topher doesn't look like something that I could easily incorporate, you know? Too spicy. Let's do this again. Some of these songs, you feel me? Barcola, okay? You're one of those. You're if I swear to God. Thank you. I was trying to change Baby Reindeer. I have not. What is it about? Can you let a brother know? Bro, I'm losing the ball over nothing. I didn't even pass it into this guy. Direction. Bro, it's about this beast stalking man. So, to clarify, right? Just because I don't know if my brain's operating the way that it should, right? The man is stalking the beast, right? Okay. Just give me a second. We'll do a mini reaction after this, right? The last time I clicked a link in the chat, I got a jump scare. I can't move. Yes. Is it something that I can watch on stream? Like, is there anything that I shouldn't be? Is there anything that I should be worried about? Trust me is the last thing that I want to hear. Trust me is like, oh yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine. Trust me, I'm just gonna get you banned on YouTube. Dum 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 dum. Oh come on. Oh, the best song ever. Oh my god. Song of the year. Song of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I got it. I just want to dance through that guy. I'm not even gonna let you. How long is the Baby Reindeer thing, by the way? Is it like a show? Like, or is it like a couple minutes? No, bro. There's no way. I was gonna say, if he gets past both of you, that's crazy. Okay, like if it's a whole show, I don't know if I'll be able to react to it. The whole thing. Oh, that's the trailer? Oh, my fault. You can't let that happen, man. It was too simple. There's so many players in front of you. No, man! Bro, it's just bouncing back to him, bro. It's just everything's just bouncing back to him. No, man. I'm not passing it there. Oh. We're down 2. You know what that means. And now we're 2-2. 1 second. One second. I'm trying to. Nope. Nope. Ah, yes. But I have to. In the meantime, just pause this for 5 seconds. Also have to. So I'm watching with you because I don't know what is going on, and I have to like change the display for me to be able to see it. Just because my one display had FIFA on it, so like for me to see it, let me just give me 2 seconds, right? Okay.
I really don't know where it's gonna end. I think one of us is gonna have to die now.
Is this like the menu?
You say this woman's stalking you?
Yeah, for like 6 months maybe.
Why'd it take you so long to report it?
I think she needs help. She comes to my work, my house. She sends me emails like all the time.
Are any threatening towards you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's particularly threatening.
I just had an egg sounds threatening to me.
There's a reason you're keeping her around. And
If
maybe
somebody
it's
told me
she
that I
thinks-
just had an egg, I'll.
Got really manly hands, haven't you? Chiseled jawline. Should we run away together?
Chiseled jawline. This is a true story.
Sort of.
It's not going well.
So is that a question?
Somebody hurt you, didn't they? Who was it?
Martha, can you let go of my hand now, please? Martha, please let go.
You dare!
My very own baby reindeer.
Please welcome to the stage, Don.
I'm really worried here.
What am I looking at
Let
here?
her affect us like this.
It's not her affecting us, it's you.
I miss you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my stalker. Say hello to Martha.
Don't you say that to me! Apologize to me right now!
It's the truth, though.
Can't take my mom anywhere.
You indulged her.
Oh, please.
I think
Is it one season? Is this one of those one season wonders?
Look, Martha, just go back home.
I have a sneaky feeling you might be the
Do I think Trump is going to win? How about we discuss that after the trailer? Did it come out this year? Or was it like last year? April 11th, 4 months ago, so this year. Who would have thought? Let me change that back. That is that the type of show that I would watch? Would I watch that show? Oh, my fault. It depends, cause I did watch what do you call it? I did watch Sex Education on a whim, and it was through like a trailer like that, and it just kind of like popped up one day, and I was like, oh, I'd watch that. Let's see what happens, because you just want to learn something every once in a while. Do I? The problem is when you see based on a true story, right? So for example, I didn't watch the Dahmer documentary, right? Not necessarily because it was based on a true story, but I feel like a lot of these based on a true story stuff glorify some of the bad things that people do sometimes, you know, because it's like a scenario of I'm just replacing the earbud in one of my headsets, by the way, so if you're wondering what I'm doing down here, right? So it's like a scenario of Jeffrey Dahmer at the end of the day was a serial killer. The last thing that I watched about a serial killer that was like also kind of glorified was the Ted Bundy thing, the one where Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy, right? It's like it has a really long title. I forgot what the title is called, right? But the whole thing about it, or the whole reason I watched that, and I think after that I was like, nah, I probably wouldn't watch something like that again. Not because I don't like TV shows like that, but it's just because it makes you want to root sometimes for the stalker, or even for the person who's actually the villain in this scenario, right? And you don't want to do that too often, especially in the world that we live in, where these people are literally around all the time, right? Like, you don't know. This is what I tell people, bro. You don't know your friends that well, right? There's this movie that's in theaters right now. It's called Trap, right? And somebody said, "Oh, Wangani, you should review Trap, or you should go to the theaters and watch Trap." I'm like, it sounds like a good movie. Don't get me wrong. The whole concept behind it, this movie Trap, if you haven't seen the trailer, if you want to watch the trailer, I'll put the trailer up for you right now. Is that there's this guy, he's a serial killer, and the police set up a trap for him at a concert, right? And the whole movie is about him thinking of ways to escape this concert, also while trying to hide the fact that he's a serial killer from his daughter, right? Now, in that scenario where you're watching it from the perspective of this serial killer, you're on the serial killer side. You want to see him escape, right? That's how they're building this movie up to be. You want to see this guy succeed. But if you do that more and more and watch more of that stuff and consume more of that content, bro, the wrong person gets the wrong idea. I'm just saying, you're looking at the next Joker. You feel me? That's how it is sometimes. And I'm not saying that that's the type of thing that can happen to me. I don't know if I'm that impressionable by media, right? But that's the only reason I don't recommend this stuff to other people, is because I think some people can be that impressionable by the media, you know? And that's what scares me, is like just finding out that someday that, oh yeah, do you know your friend Benjamin was a serial? I'm like, what? Excuse the Benjamin? By the way, I don't think I have any friends named Benjamin who are serial killers, by the way, to all the Benjamin. Right? That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean at all. Right? Right? And in this, but like, you don't, and these movies also give accurate scenarios as to how some of these people like legitimately are, you know? Like, I don't want to say what you call it. I don't want to say that people like serial killers, right? But given, for example, the Ted Bundy trial, right? You know how many people showed up to that trial and were like, "Oh, bro's like the guy. We wanna like Ted Bundy is the guy that we need to see." You feel me, right? To me, that was crazy. That's a crazy thing to think about, but it happens more often than you think. That people fall in love with these criminal figures. And I think that's something that the Joker, for example, the movie portrays well, is that it's very easy for the crowd to get on the villain side if they don't like what's on the other side as well, you know, right? So, for example, a lot of the reasons why people go on the Joker side is because they don't like the police, for example, right? And they then band forces and join together to take down a system that doesn't let people be free, right? That's the problem, is that exists in this world, and that could easily, I always think these things could easily just become reality, right? If given the right person, right motivation, right resources, it could just, one day, a Joker, a Batman could appear, right? Maybe not like superpowers, villains, and all that stuff, right? But like, I'm talking about like just bad people with bad motives. For example, right? Not to be a hater, right? I'm not American. I don't involve my truly in politics. But that 1 year where that one term where Trump was in power was crazy, man. Say what you want, man. That guy is a real supervillain leading the world. That's the stuff that I mean, right? Is that dude is just legitimately a guy with too many resources, right? At this current point in time, he has a lot of resources, a lot of ideals that probably aren't correct, But you know how it is when it comes to politics. There'll be people who believe him, right? And as long as there's one or two or thousands or millions in the case of Trump who believe him, right? That guy will remain in power. That guy will remain the guy who makes big decisions about a very big country that's very influential, sadly, in the world. And especially a world that seems like it's going towards a world war, another one, right? One, right? I always say this stuff, right? Knowing that we've already had two, right? It takes one wrong move for there to be a third. And with everything that's happening in Iran, it doesn't seem impossible, right? Hopefully, not every country gets involved. Like my brain always goes like, if there's a world war, Africa, honestly, leave us alone. We're just vibing. Please just leave us be. We're not trying to do nothing to nobody. You feel me? Right? But like in a scenario of like that there is one, I feel like Trump would be at the forefront of the reason why it happened. Right? Do I think he'll win? If Biden had stayed in power, 100%. That guy, Biden's not necessarily a bad person. He's just too old for the job, man. Bro, he was calling people the wrong names. Like he was literally freezing. Like he literally just turned off on the stand, right? Right? It did. If he was in power for this running term, it would have been GG's. Now, do I think Kamala has the power to overcome all these people? That's where it becomes a little bit problematic. It's like, has America evolved enough to allow a colored woman to be in power? Have they evolved enough to go beyond old ideals and just vote the right person in power, right? I don't think so yet. Like, I don't think the old people have, but you gotta get young people to vote, and that's the number one thing that young people don't like doing is involving themselves in politics, is right? That's always the problem that I have with it, is that look, if he won it, would he deserve it? Yeah, bro. He convinced the right people to let him in power. The guy literally survived an assassination attempt. How often does that happen? This is not. How can I not what? Sorry. It's a little bit delayed, so I don't necessarily know what you're responding to, right? But this is what I mean. Yeah, the PR, bro. The PR is crazy for the him doing literally the Black Lives Matter fist in the air, right? Over him surviving an assassination attempt. To me, that's crazy. I still think it's a little bit rigged, right? I still think that all that was planned. I think they got the greatest trained death row assassin to shoot him in the ear, right? For the greatest PR campaign of all time. That's what I think. Right? Allow my conspiracy theory to be a conspiracy theory. I don't think that something can play out so favorably in a man's favor after him almost dying. 20. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro's out here playing COD thinking it's real life. Right? And this is where parents are going, this is where you should have played video games. Right? This guy was out here thinking, this is real life, right? This is COD. I'm going to save the government. We're gonna get rid of Trump, right? I don't even know if here's the thing, right? There was like no proof in like this guy's room that he was a Trump hater. Like there was no propaganda. He wasn't like a hardcore Democrat. There's no like emails, there's no text messages, bro, there was nothing, bro. Like it's scary how wiped like this kid's slate was. But then you see him, he just, apparently people said he didn't have, I don't know about that. People said he didn't have many friends at school. Oh my God. People said like he wasn't like social. I hate 45-minute cheese, bro. Bro, people said that he wasn't like it was just he's the classic, you know, the quiet kid, you know, the memes, right? He was the quiet kid school shooter. That's what they probably made fun of him for stuff like that, right? So yeah, man. But this is the crazy part about America, bro. You can go down the street and purchase an AR-15, right? Right? If you pass a what is it, like a reading test? It's like it's like something simple. Like the gun license test is like the dumbest screening thing on the planet. Like you do nothing, you can get a gun, bro. You go in and you say hello, and they'll be like, okay, here you go, here's your gun, right? This is your certified firearm. Welcome to the United States, where everybody protects themselves. Not really. We just shoot random people on the streets, right? Again, propaganda. This has never happened before ever, right? Don't hunt me down, Americans. But yeah, man. After everything that happened, it was actually like looking like raps for the Democrats until Biden stepped down, because like the assassination was the biggest news, and then Biden's stepping down was the biggest news, and then I don't know if you saw, right? This is where things get a little bit weird, because I don't like people like online social media personalities forcing themselves into politics, because at the end of the day, I don't think there's many social media personalities who care too much about politics, right? So like, hey man, he probably should be. Biden is at the, I don't want to say at the end of the rope, but he's old. He's an old man. He should have stepped down earlier. He should have stepped down earlier, but it is what it is. But like the social media personalities stepping into it, like for example, Aiden Ross, who's probably the biggest Kick streamer, right? I think he is the biggest Kick streamer, right? Right? Stepped in and did an interview with Donald Trump, right? But he was in the interview. He was wearing MAGA hat, right? He was like at this point, he's a campaign leader. You feel me? Right? Right? But it had thousands of people watching, so many people on stream. It was great. Now the problem is, of course, right? They're gonna want to retaliate. The Democrats are gonna want to retaliate. So apparently, they tried to contact Kai Cenat to get him on stream to do a stream with Kamala, because they're like, oh, surely the actual biggest streamer on the internet, who's also black, will stand with Kamala. And this is the crazy part about black people. We don't do politics. We don't like being involved in politics. We don't like being involved in agendas and forcing people to believe what they don't want to believe. There's nothing that people want to do more than not be involved, right? And being involved makes you a target. And when you're just trying to maintain something that you have, best believe people come for that, right? And there's nothing, I guess, black people are more scared of than having whatever things you've worked for, the success that you've earned, being taken away over something that you shouldn't have involved yourself in the first place, right? Because it happens all the time. Best believe it's a daily occurrence. Oh, thank God he missed that joke. I'm a star boy. Let up, bright, president of the fall, take the year like up. Who do I sub on here? Percola, always. I think Modric needs some wheels, and I'll put James over there. You know who I feel sorry for in this whole scenario, right? It is kind of like, you gotta feel sorry for Biden, right? Because Biden is like the king. Who's the king? King Charles, right? He waited so long for his chance, right? That by the time he finally got it, he was too old to do the job that was given to him. You get what I mean? King Charles gonna be in power for a grand total of 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, what is that path? He'll be in power for a grand total of, thank you for giving it back to me, right? For 5 minutes. Not because like he'll die or anything. I don't think he's gonna die, right? But like Elizabeth was in power for so long, it feels like she was there forever, and Charles's tenure will just feel small in comparison. And that's what I think the perception will be when it comes to King Charles. Not that he hasn't done nothing, right? It would just feel short. Let's go! Thank goodness, right? It would just feel short in comparison. Now, if you put that in likes with Biden, right? There are not many American presidents who do one term. A lot of people get like I might even be wrong about this. I don't know too much about American politics to be saying that, but I'm only saying that because I think in Malawi we haven't had many presidents who do one term, right? A lot of the people who get elected will get reelected because they just don't want to see change too quickly, right? At least that's the perspective I have on them, right? So in the sense of what's happening with Biden, it's a little bit different because it's not really a re-election. The party will get re-elected if they win, right? But it doesn't mean the person will get re-elected, which is why I'm saying like I feel sorry for Biden because it's like, did he deserve it? If he was 10 years younger, could he have done it? You know. But even 10 years younger, was he? Like in reality, this is where I know I'm not American. Was he a good vice president? Is that information that's readily available for us? You know, could have, right? 10 years ago, 100% could have. But then again, could Hillary? Like when they elected Trump, that's a thought you'd have to have as well. Could Hillary have been a great president? Or is it just the ideas were too much? Ooh, Noodles camp. Noodles has moved a little bit. I don't think he's gonna die though. Like not now. That's not what it feels like for me. I still think Broski's here for a little bit. He's just taking it slow. He's just taking it slow, which is just how I think it should be as well. Because guys, right? Let's be real. Everybody's time comes, right? And sometimes when that time comes, you just gotta accept it, right? But I also think in those later stages, right? Just enjoy what you have, you know? You put them in the same retirement home, World War III will really start. World War III would start that second. That's just how it would be. Bro, like you'd be surprised. Anybody who's in the YouTube chat as well, let a brother know. This is my first time streaming on YouTube. 1 second. I'm getting a phone call, so I'm just gonna turn my cam for a second. You're gonna have Noodles cam and Noodles cam only, and I'll be able to answer it all in a bit. Okay, cool. Sorry. I was getting a phone call. I do apologize. All former players must go. You know, have you seen those? I'm sure you've seen them, but I'm not too sure if everybody else has seen them. Have you seen those? You know those voiceovers, the AI voiceovers of like Trump, Biden, and thingy in the chat. Trump, Biden, and Obama in the chat. It's hilarious. It's my fault. I shouldn't turn on desktop audio. I don't know why I did that. We're probably gonna play like 2 more, if not 1 more game, and then I'm gonna end the stream there. Right? We're gonna keep it pretty simple, pretty chill. Because I was just trying to test this out, see if that it does work on YouTube, and then see what happens. I don't want a conversation now. You don't want my conversation. How you feel? Is that one of those voiceovers? I'll look at it after this game. I said, don't leave. It's my fault. This is one of the games that I lose. Don't leave. It's my fault. Don't leave. It's my fault. Yeah. No. I need. Is this not the guy that I just played? Like, no, he didn't have son. I don't remember. Yeah, make that tackle. What? That's not a foul, bro. Okay. Oh, foul. Ref. You called nothing on me. I got that ball, but you don't want to call it on him. Okay. Be dramatic, goalkeeper. Yeah, we take those. Shine like ice road truckers. Oh. I should have taken the shot ages ago, but hey. Oh! Good gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Good gameplay. Bro, Maldini should not be catching up there. But I think you to the having Papin is a crazy combination though. He's just holding R1 and walking past my defense. That's all he's doing here. And then he's hoping it works. And if it does, which sometimes it does, don't get me wrong. Just do it again. Right? And all his players seem to be able to catch up to mine, no matter who they are, bro. Old center back, young center back, it don't matter. What is the bro? Passing from a goalkeeper is almost impossible in this game. Please. You know what I love about YouTube music is that YouTube music does not follow its own policies, right? So for you to make money on YouTube, you gotta make your song like clean. Right? So often a lot of the songs on YouTube, like if you use the YouTube music function, it will just make the songs clean. And then you just play, every once in a while, you just get that random song that didn't care, right? For example, Eminem, who does not care, right? Where it's like the least clean song on the planet, right? Which I don't get. And then considering it's on shuffle, right? And don't get me wrong, right? Doesn't matter to me, but like imagine if you're like one of those streamers who needs to have like the absolute cleanest stream because you make your stream like available for kids and stuff like that, right? But like that's the type of stuff that I mean. You gotta make the effort to like pause this game. If you don't know, there's like this YouTuber, he's like known for it. I forgot his name. His name always every time, man. His name will come back to me someday. He wears glasses. He looks like Austin Evans. Amazing. Nick A30. So all of his streams are like really clean. So sometimes he'll play with people who he knows aren't clean, but he'll ask them, "Hey man, if we're gonna play together, can you just keep it like family friendly, right?" They do not listen, and like he freaks out when like they say the wrong thing. Like he's like, "Guys, no, like my channel, guys, no, like it's a family friendly channel, man." Oh please! Oh my gosh! Every night. Oh, is it a foul? I don't remember getting fouled. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bang on your knees to be popular. Oh, I thought I was gonna get that one for real. Popular. Let's go. What is this keeper, bro? You better. Oh, Wugatti, just change the aim slightly, bro. Just slightly, and you're scoring goals. No, man! I didn't bring him out. He came by himself. I swear I didn't press triangle at all. He's going... No, man. I love how it's my grand prerogative in this game to lose the ball. You better. Twice, man. You know the rules. Unless I score before halftime, I will quit at halftime. If I score before halftime, it changes things a little bit. No, man. I'm getting cash. I'm kicking it. I'll let it happen. Bro, I can't do anything to score. I can't aim. I can't blame stick drift. Why? I miss stick drift so much. Used to give me so many excuses. Just bad at the game now. Oh, and he's bad. That's the thing. Is he's scored 2 goals off of scenarios where he shouldn't be scoring whatsoever. But I'm giving them to him. You just hold R1 and you'll be fine. That's how this game works. I'm quitting this one, don't worry. Sometimes that's just how it has to be. It's okay. We lose sometimes. It's okay. Oh, I forgot to quit. My fault. I meant to quit. We're gonna do one more. One more, we quit, and then we'll see when I'll stream next. I've just realized that well, I didn't just realize. I will realize this when I was watching back my YouTube video. When I talk, I do this a lot. I do that all the time. And it's like every time I take a breath. And I also go, and I didn't realize that I said, that often, right? Like, I pause, and I know that I pause because I just did it right there. But saying, makes you feel that you don't know what you're talking about sometimes. And yeah, I know you put in the filler words and the filler sounds just to, like, you know, give yourself a time to recollect sometimes, right? But this has started to feel like I forgot how to speak, if that makes sense. Give me that. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Why can't these people aim? Modric is supposed to be like the best passer on the planet, and he can't pass it more than 5 yards, bro. Look at that. These are professionals. Please. Okay, thank goodness. Gotta love the throwback music right now. I didn't realize, right? I feel like this is something that I need to pay attention to more. Yes, Chris Brown, right? Career. I always knew that his career started when he was young. Great. Oh, you probably should have scored that. Let's ignore that for a second, right? But like, I didn't realize like he was making these songs when he was still a teenager. Like, I thought he was like at least 20. That's what I thought. I also didn't realize how much I don't know about music. Until someday I was doing like research as to when specific songs were coming out. I was just like looking at like I forget that this song, what, let me not say forget, right? This song, not this song. I was thinking about Views. Views, the album by Drake, came out while I was still in high school, right? I forget that. Somebody asked me the other day, oh, yeah, the song, the album Views, came out like pretty much 8 years ago. I'm like, 8 years ago? I swear it came out in like 2020, right? What do you mean 8 years ago? I'm like, it came out 2016, Brusky. It's like 2016. That's what it felt like, and I was like, this song, I think we had just moved, so I know it was after high school. So I think it was like 2018. Oh my gosh, bro. Play defense. Oh, I thought I got that. I got that first guy though. That they wish and 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 on me. Yeah. This is hilarious because I was talking to my sisters the other day, and I was telling my sister how I find it weird to listen to Drake after the whole beef. What is that? I find it weird to listen to Drake after the whole beef because like of how he got demolished, right? Right? At least from my perspective, he was demolished. Right? For those who don't get the beef, what, the beef between Kendrick and Drake? Do you want the whole story? I'll give you the whole story. Some of us know the whole story, right? And ironically, I also went through this. Okay. So from the top, right? I should be able to get through the whole beef with the duration of this game, right? So from the top, Kendrick Lamar started making moves around the game pretty much around 2012, right? 2012 was like when his music first started to come out. Now, of course, when you're trying to come out, you work with all sorts of people to kind of get your way around the music industry. So Drake included. Kendrick was, I think, an opener. This is when Drake was Drake wasn't as big, right? Drake was not as big. Let's not get it twisted here. Drake was a part of Young Money, which is a group owned by Lil Wayne and Birdman, right? And like he probably got his fame from being affiliated with Young Money. Now, this is the same way that any artist gets their fame. You have to be affiliated with the big artist, or you just have to make really good music. Now, Kendrick was making good music, but like his name kind of got out there through a couple of very good songs that also happened to be with Drake, also having to be in association with Drake, right? No, Drake did not sleep with Millie Bobby Brown. People say that he did not, right? We'll get into the Millies, the Bobbies, the Browns later, sorry. All right? But the whole thing as to why this beef became a beef is because Kendrick released a song in about 2013, I think, called Control. Now, in Control probably has one of the greatest verses of all time, right? In Control, sadly for a lot of the rap industry, he said, and I quote, and that goes for Jay Electron, Tyler, Mac Miller, and then he starts naming all these different people, right? And then at the end he goes something, and Drake, and then he says, I have love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you, N-word. Make sure nobody's ever heard of you, N-word, right? And then that's like the main diss, basically. But the whole verse was like him just talking about how he's better than everybody else in the industry. At least that's what he believes himself to be. But that's how all rappers talk. That's how every rapper believes they're the best rapper on the planet. Okay, let me not say that because times have changed and some people just rap because, right? But like in those times, being a good MC or being a good rapper was a very important thing. And one thing Drake was not, or at least was never recognized to be, was a good rapper. Like he was recognized to be a good entertainer, but never ever really a good rapper. So it was kind of important in a sense for him to be known as a good rapper, and for somebody that he brought on onto his career and said, hey, you're a good rapper, you should come do shows with me. In fact, let's record a couple songs together, right? For him to say, oh, I'm better than him, it only didn't sit right with Drake. The problem is every single other person who was named on that song was like okay with it. They were just like, oh, bro, the verse is crazy. I can't believe you name dropped all those people. That's a bold thing to do, young blood. That's a bold thing to do. But like that's just how it was. The only person who reacted badly was Drake, and Drake went on like interviews and saying, who's going to remember that verse? Who's actually going to be listening to this in a couple of years' time? Because the problem with Drake is Drake's brain operates on numbers, right? He's very much, when I say Drake's a great entertainer, right? He's got the views, like he's got people supporting him. He's got lots of people who are like, oh, Drake's music will make the rounds. People will listen to Drake's music in unison. A lot of people will listen to it together. Why? Because he makes like club bangers, right? That's kind of the whole thing around Drake's career, is that, oh yeah, his song, whatever song it will be, will go viral, right? So that's how that kind of died down, though. Like we were like, it was a verse to begin with. It died down, but like he was the only one mad about it. But the problem is Drake doesn't hide when he's trying to make money, right? He played me there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? Drake doesn't hide when he's trying to hide money. So a couple years later, a song called "Effing Problems," really huge song, came out, right? Where Drake's the main chorus and Kendrick had one of the main verses. In fact, probably had one of the best verses in the song, right? All right, and the song goes super viral, super great. Drake's involved, everybody's involved. Everybody's like, oh, these guys should work together a lot more. Poetic Justice comes out, very good song, where it's Kendrick and Drake, those two together, nobody else, right? Right? And everybody's like, oh, these guys, they just keep doing it, right? But like Drake was like adamant. He's always adamant that whatever he does, he's the best at it. So he's involved in it, right? So, flashback to a couple of years later, right? Drake likes to do this thing called sneak dissing, right? Sneak dissing is when you're dissing somebody. It's shade. It's shade. When you're dissing somebody, but you're not mentioning their name, you're just like talking online and saying, that one guy with the dreads, he's bad. He's bad at this, right? Like people will put two and two together and be like, yeah, you're talking about Kendrick Lamar, right? You get what I mean, right? Cool, right? Now, he kept doing this, and Kendrick kept staying quiet because Kendrick didn't care to involve himself with beef, right? And around, I think it was 2015, Drake got into a beef, like a proper beef, with Pusha T, right? This was it? No, not 2015. This was around the whole God's plan thing. So maybe even around, I don't even know what year it was. I think it was around 2015 when the beef happened, and then a couple of years later when Pusha T outed the fact that Drake had a hidden son, right? It was during the beef, right? It was during the beef. Pusha T outed that Drake had a hidden son, and then Drake had to like step up and actually become a father, and like it was like a whole thing, right? Because Drake was trying to prove he's like, I'm not a bad guy, sir. I take care of my son. Oh, look at me. I don't just pay child support from afar, even though that's kind of how it is, right? They got into like a major beef and with Pusha T, and that was like a whole big story. So Drake and Pusha T were actually exchanging songs where they were saying, hey man, I don't like you, and Pusha T was like, hey man, I don't like you. You try to pretend to be black, even though we all know you're a white man raised in like the suburbs, right? Right? He's not white. He is actually black, but like people don't like accept him as black. He's very much tries to push the fact that he's black, right? So that's what a lot of people kind of like say in the songs is that, hey man, right? You say all this stuff, but like, you know, the black community does not accept you, right? So Pusha T tried to like focus on that and all that stuff, and then it continued. And then in around, I think it was when the first Black Panther came out, Kendrick released a song where he was just randomly saying to the thing, he's like, bro, I don't even like you for real, right? Like, stop calling me and contact me for features on songs that I don't want to be on. And then a couple of years later, Drake and J. Cole released a song where they were talking about being the biggest rappers in the industry, but Kendrick wasn't involved in that song. J. Cole specifically mentioned Kendrick's name in the song, saying, who's the biggest MC? Is it Drake? Is it Kendrick or me? Right? In the song. So now Kendrick's listening. You get what I mean? Like, he's now paying attention to what's going on. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that, we're at a point where, we'll give you some noodles, Cam. Where it doesn't mean we're at a point where, let me move myself. Let me not block the legendary noodles that's over there, okay? All right? It doesn't mean at this point we're at a point where, anybody should really be beefing, really. Like, I don't think it had ever gotten to a point where this guy should hate him and this guy should hate him. At least I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. But I also think that's where things got a little bit twisted, in the sense that I think Kendrick at this point was just like, stop mentioning my name, bro. I really don't like you. So like, let's not communicate. Please stop mentioning my name. So what happened was Kendrick released, he was featured on a song called Like That. Now, on Like That, there's a rapper named Future and a DJ named Metro Booming. Now, apparently, Future and Drake fell out over. I don't know why they fell out, if I'm being honest. Hello. Hello there. You stood up. Him standing up usually means he'd like to go to the bathroom, right? Unless he's turning around. Do you need to go to the bathroom? If you need to go to the bathroom, let me know. Because if you go to the bathroom in this room, I swear to gosh. Okay, you'll be fine. Not yet, I believe. Right? What was I saying? Future and Drake fell out over something, but apparently Drake and Metro Booming fell out over the fact that I think Drake Metro Booming stole one of Drake's girls, and Drake didn't like that, so he took a shot at Metro Booming. So Metro Booming was like, let me find all these people that don't like Drake. Let's make a song. Let's make a record. You feel me? And Like That came out. Now, let me put it in the background, right? Just so it makes it a little bit easier to follow, kind of like how this goes. I'll put it in the background. I'll also turn the volume up just slightly, right? Right? So if you don't know the song, it'll be the one that plays. Is it this one? That's not the one. That is definitely not the one. Why is it not giving me the original? Okay, there you go. All right, this one. If you haven't heard it, it's like everywhere, right? As well, right? So in this song, basically, they're just talking, really. But then Kendrick takes a shot at things that both Drake and J. Cole said in that song, where they're talking about the biggest rappers in the world, right? So now it's clear that Kendrick is talking about Drake, and Drake didn't like that, because he starts getting negative publicity. And negative publicity, even though people say, oh, all publicity is good publicity, negative publicity in the sense of Drake being a rapper is always a bad thing for Drake, because Drake's number one like agenda that he's trying to push is like, I'm a rapper, I'm a very good rapper, and nobody can tell me otherwise, right? But this is when you realize it gets tough for you to stand by that when you have to rap. You're now rapping to save your career, if that makes sense, right? And so a couple weeks pass, I think maybe a week pass, and Drake drops a song directly titled at Kendrick, directly dissing Kendrick. Doesn't happen often, but that's what happened. And in the song, he's basically saying, oh, you got small feet, you're not even that good of a rapper, oh, you used to hit your wife, we all know it, you struggle with many different mental diseases, we all know you're not the man that you say that you are, shut up, we know, be real with yourself. Cole, it gets to a point where, okay, Kendrick is like, some of us got it. Like, I listened to the song and I'm like, the song is hard, but like some of these disses are like small feet. I don't care about how big Kendrick's feet are. Like, it was like a big it was like a big part of the song to talk about the size of the feet, and we were all just there like, focus on something else, bro, right? And then so he released that song, and then he released two other songs directly after. One was like an AI remixed version of Snoop Dogg and Tupac rapping against Kendrick, right? And we're all like, what is that? And then he released another song, which is like still targeting at Kendrick, and everybody was like, the second song was also kind of like good, which is like just saying, come on Kendrick, drop some songs. We all know you're not gonna like act on this beef. We all know that you're not about that life, right? Kendrick is like, you think I won't drop? you think I don't do this, right? He waited a little bit more, dropped the song. The song goes crazy, right? The first song that he dropped was Euphoria, and Euphoria is what? It's 6 minutes. People don't realize that rapping for 6 minutes about one specific person makes it very hard for somebody to get information to just continue to talk about something unless you have that information fed to you. And some of the things that Kendrick was saying, Kendrick had accused Drake of having other children. That's where the pedophile accusations start. Now, the Millie Bobby Brown thing is weird, because he used to invite Millie Bobby Brown onto his yacht and they'd chill, right? If you're 38 and you're hanging out with a 16-year-old, don't get me wrong, some of these people are famous and you'll do a lot of things to get money, but that's weird, bro. It's weird. You feel me? Those things ain't normal. That's all I'm saying, right? And I think that's all Kendrick was saying. But the thing is, Drake didn't take it that way. Drake, like, if somebody puts that information out to the world, people will be like, okay, he's a pedophile. He used to sleep with children. Oh my gosh, he's a groomer, right? That's kind of how the internet ran with it, right? So because Kendrick saw that the internet was running with that information, Kendrick was like, I'm gonna release another song. I'm gonna focus on that, because now there's videos of like Drake with like he brought somebody on stage who was like 17, and he was like complimenting this 17-year-old's body and saying whatever, right? And people tried to defend Drake, saying that the age of consent in Canada is like it's 17 or 16 or whatever. And I'm like if you gotta go there, it's weird, but that's a weird thing to do. Don't go there, right? If you gotta go there, it's weird. Just realize that. That's what I always say, right? So that's where, like, I don't want to say things got out of hand, but that's where things were like I think things started to get scary, because Drake released a song in retaliation. The release was good, but it wasn't that good. And then Kendrick released another song. So he released Family Matters first, and Family Matters was like, it was like a letter to his mom, his dad, his son, saying, look at your son. Look at how bad of a person this guy is. And then he was like talking to the son, like, look at your dad. Look at this terrible human being that you have for a dad. Can you imagine living like that? Basically talking to the world and saying, can you imagine living with a dad like that? And that's where like people are like, dude, this Kendrick guy is like serious. He's not rapping for fun, right? And then Not Like Us came out, and that's the main like pedophile one. That's like the bop. Because in one of Drake's songs, Drake said, "Oh, you can't make club bangers the way that I do. I don't." He was basically saying, "I'm a better rapper than you, and I make more money than you." And Kendrick was like, "You're definitely not a better rapper than me. And if I want to make a good song, I can make a good song." And he's like, "What's this?" Dropped it. Oh my gosh, that song went too crazy, right? No, sadly, they're not talking about Kanye. Kanye. In 2020, nobody talks about Kanye in 2024. Okay, we do, but like we shouldn't, because I don't think he's okay, and I think he legitimately needs some professional help, right? But basically, after Kendrick released these 2 songs to pretty much end Drake tried to release one more song, and that last song was just not it. It was really bad. And at the end of the song, he kind of like starts saying, "Oh, it was good to get the pen out to start writing. It was a good." He started writing again. It was a good exercise. That's what he claims. He was kind of like trying to say, like, I did well. I did better than you. What everything that you did was nothing to me. All right. And the whole internet was just like, bro, that's not it. And since then, he hasn't really released very good songs. I mean, Kendrick is kind of beat the dead horse when he had a whole concert dedicated to the beef and just playing the beef songs. He played Not Like Us at that concert, was it 6 or 7 times, right? And then a couple weeks later, he then released the music video, and then everybody's like, bro, he's already dead, leave him alone, you feel me, right? But in totality, in general, that is what the beef is about. That's how these parties got involved. That is the main gist of the story as to why it happened. If I got information wrong, I do apologize. I'm going on. The information that I have is based off of a video that I watched that's coming from memory, so could be wrong. But in general, right? That's probably when I'm gonna call it. If being honest, it's been a good stream, good 2 hours. First time streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. We're gonna see if we can get the YouTube following up as well as the Twitch following. It's also good to have multiple avenues to stream on, to have multiple people out there who have access through whatever method that's easier for them to have access through. So for now, until next time, it'll probably be without Noodles Cam next time, sadly for Noodles. I'll go back to Noodles Cam just for a bit, just so that we can give him his time to shine. But there's no guarantees that I will be home while Noodles is here as well. So as it currently stands, this is how it's going to be for a while. We'll see how it goes. It's been a pleasure, and deuces.
So back to what I was saying.
Ciao, ciao.
This could be us, but you playing. This could be us, but you playing. I'm high, but I don't sound crazy. Fuck what them niggas was saying. This could be us, but you playing. This could be us, but you playing. But shit, that's all I was saying. No keys to crank this Mercedes. I bought like Tracy McGrady. Before that girl touch anything, she gotta say please.
Say please.
And I know they really wish we would ball till we fall on the big bad wolf.